Hi guys, welcome to Code Artisan Lab. This is video number 3 for Cleaning Management System. In this video, we are going to create the doctor login and reset password, right? So we will do this in a very simple way. We have in Django there are various way to work the login system, but we are going to work in a very simple way in the functional component, right? So let's start to create doctor login first, then we will create the reset password, right? So first of all, here we will say doctor login, okay, and then we will create reset password, reset password. So for doctor login we will create doctor login, right, and this is request, right, and then we will render here, we will say here login.html, okay. Let's create also reset password. So doctor reset password, and this will be reset password, okay. Now let's create the login.html file. So patient templates login.html, right, and here we have a home.html file. So we also need to create a layout which we will extend for the same sections like header and footer. So what we need to do, I will call, let's create the layout.html templates layout.html in the patient folder, right. Then I will copy all of this content here, right, and here I will say page title, okay, and this will come from the view. So we will see how we can do that, and here the blog content will start, blog content, right, and then end block, okay. And let's cut this home.html, and now what we need to do, so everything between this block content, it will insert into the html into the layout, right. So let's say h1, this is from login page, right. Now here what we will do, we will say extends layout.html, right. So and then we have block content, and then this will be end block, okay. So when we go to, okay, so how we can run this view, we need to create the url, okay. So let's go to the path, and here we will say doctor login, and this will be doctor login, and the name will be doctor login, right. And then on the home page, actually by default it should show the login page, but let's see, we will do something for that, but let's create our login functionality first. So this is hello world, so what we will say here, this is home.html. Let's create the similar layout for this home. So this is, let's say this one is doctor login, right, okay. And this should be anchor tag, okay. And here, now the name of this in the href, we need to give this name, right. So on the home page url, this one, okay. So now let's try to run the home page. So this is home page, unclosed tag block. Okay, so let's, oh, here we need to end the percentage. I think we have did mistake in the login also. So home invalid block, end block, end block. Mm, 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 mm. It should be block content. Okay, so in the layout we have a block. Oh, this is the percentage sign should be here. Okay, so hello world and login page. Where is the hello world? Okay, in the layout we have hello world. Let's remove this. So this is saying, first of all, this thing is saying 127. Let's fix this. We will put here the data. We can pass the data as a third parameter. We will say page title, and here we will say doctor login, right? So doctor login, when we click this is from login page, right? So now we are on the login page. Currently when we open this, it is redirecting on the home page. We will set this that where it should go, but let's complete the login process and all the other things, then we will see that when we hit this URL, where it should go. Actually it should go to the dashboard, but if doctor is logged in, else it should go to the login page. So this is login. So this is from login page. So let's design the login page here. So now we are in the layout. So layout is starting from here. So let's make a container and div class. Container is a box style, which is the width of the container is 1100 pixels something in the Bootstrap, right? Then we have a login page. Let's go to Bootstrap documentation, get Bootstrap, this one. Then we'll go to the docs, then we'll go to the form overview. So this is email address and password, right? So what we will do, we'll copy this form, and we are in the container. So this one we don't need this, remember, we'll say username, right? And then we don't need this also, and then we have a password, type password. We will change the attributes later, but let's see now how it will look. So if I see here, it is like this, right? Now let's create a row here, right? So for the layout system and the grid system, you need to learn little bit about the Bootstrap. So you can go to the Bootstrap documentation, you can read that. I didn't make any video for the Bootstrap, but you can read, and it's easy to learn, right? My main in this project, my main focus is to create the system properly, and we can do the database work properly, right? So front end is not, I'm not focusing on the front end, I'm just creating the layouts, right? So row div class container, sorry, so call 8, and I will give offset 2, right? So uh, it will skip the space 2 from the left. It work on the 12 column grid, so it will look like this. Let's say 6, and let's say 3, look like this, right? And this is 3, let's say card, right? And we'll give header div class card header, and we'll give a title, sorry, let's give a title here, h3 will say doctor login. This will look like this. And then in the card we should have div class card body. So this is form. Okay, here we are, right? And let's give some margin from top. So margin top 5, this one. All right, let's say h4 because it's looking like little bigger. Okay, now this is fine. Okay, so this is our doctor login system. We will see later about the logo and all the things, but let's complete the functionality. So username and password. So currently it will not work. This is just a layout. When we hit this submit, it will nothing work. So let's work on the functionality now. So for the functionality, what we need to do, let's set up the tags. So this ID is, let's say, username. So this ID and this for label and this ID of the input is connected. So what it will do, whenever we click on this, it will focus on the input, right? And this will be text. Area describe, actually don't need this URL, don't need attribute. So password, let's say password, and this is type password, form control, everything is okay, button submit, and method is post, right? And then action is empty because we want to perform the action on the same view, right? So this, and whenever we have post method, you need to call the CSRF token, because without CSRF token it will not work, the post method. Okay, so CSRF token here, great. So when we view this, you can see here the CSRF token, username and password. So now let's try to log in. Before login, the user should have exist in the database, right? So let's talk about that, how we can create the user. So as I told you in the first video that the user name and password credentials for the doctor will be created by the admin. So when we install the Django already comes with the admin panel. So how we can activate the admin panel, let's see. So first of all, I'm stopping the server, then I will say py manage.py create super user, right? So it will ask the username. I will say username, password, this one, right? And because we already created the migration, now let's run the server again, and then let's go to admin panel, right? So if I go to here admin, then we will open the admin panel. So this is a very powerful feature of Django. So user and groups is default model comes with Django, right? So we are going to use the user model, okay, for our doctor login panel. So this is the admin system. Let's create one more user, let's say doctor, and password will be according to their prototype protocol, password confirmation, save. So password is created, user is created here, you can see. Now we need to log in the user name and password whatever we have created. Let me log out this and let's log in. Okay, keep it as it is. Now when we hit this, then it will hit here, right? So what we will do here, if request dot method equal to post, then username equal to request dot post username. We are extracting the username and same as password, right? Now the next thing will be, we need to match the username and password in the database. So as I said, Django comes with the default user model, so it comes with a lot of things that are related to the user model. So from Django dot contrib dot authentication, import authenticate, and then we will import login, right? Let's say authenticate. So in the authenticate, we need to pass user equal to authenticate, right? First one is username equal to user, password equal to password, right? If, then we will say if user, it means if user exists, then we will redirect to the home page, right? We need to import the redirect, sorry, from django.http import from django.http, need to check that, let's say Django redirect. So Django shortcut functions, let's see where we need django.http, django.shortcuts import render. Okay, so render, oh sorry, actually we are doing here, so no need to do this. So redirect, in this redirect we can call this this URL home, right? So we'll say home, right? else else redirect to login, else redirect to doctor login, you can say doctor login, right? So let's try to do doctor and then password, submit, username, okay, I understand. We didn't define the name, so we'll say username, password, and this both required and then required. Great. Now let's hit the form again, oh sorry, doctor, and submit. So it is redirecting on the it means it is not logged in, so we'll say not logged in, print, submit. Let's see, nothing is showing. We'll see here authenticate username, let's print this, print request dot post, right? Now let's go to doctor to 3, submit. Let's see, so we have username doctor, password is this. All right, so what we need to do, why this is not authenticating, not logged in, actually it is not, it is going to home. Where is home? Home here, and on the home it should show the login, but why this is not showing? Redirect home, let's say this one, let's say let's nothing redirection. Let's see now, let's say doctor, and then we have 2 3, submit. So okay, why this is not a user page? If request dot method is post, then this one is posting the data, and if user is not logged in, then why this is rendering the page correct? Not logged in, it should print not logged in, but this is not printing. CSRF token, username, password. Let's do one more thing. If method equal to post, then this one, let's try to extract the username here, and here the password from the list. Let's see now. 1 2 3. No, it's still redirecting on the same. It means user is not exist. It should show that user is not exist, or it should print at least not logged in, but it's not printing. If user authenticate, let's check the authenticate. Oh, we need to pass the request. Sorry, now it should work. Okay, so doctor 23 submit, and let's see, still it is not showing anything. Let me check this. Okay, so I found that where the issue is. The issue is we need to call the login helper, right? So here we will import the login. Okay, and then here we will pass login request and authenticate, right? So if user logged in, then it will redirect to home page. So let's go to doctor 123 submit, and it is redirecting. And here I have added one more thing. Here is a, if request dot user dot is authenticated, then uh, this will this will apply the logout URL, right? So now what we need to do, we need to apply the logout. So I will create a simple function here, right? So we'll say doctor logout, and then doctor logout request, and here we will just simply apply logout and pass the request, right? And then let's redirect to home page, right? And if user is not logged in, then let's redirect to login page. Here login, what is the URL of login? Let's check. Login here, correct? So this one, right? So we have a doctor logout, so let's add the URL here. So this is custom functionality, logout, and here we have a logout, and then doctor logout, right? And in the home page we will provide here URL doctor logout, right? And then when we click here, it will redirect it to login, and here you can see this is now only showing the login. So login functionality is working properly now, right? So now we need to move to the reset form, reset password, right? So currently in this video we are focusing only on the login and reset password. After that we will work on, where is that, here, we will work on quick add patient form, and in this step we will create the doctor dashboard and all the stuff, where after login, doctor will redirect to that page, right? So let's create the password reset form, and then we will see that how we can do that. Okay, so now let's create reset password. For that, what we will do, on the home page, actually it is redirecting on the home page, right? So okay, let's create one more form, not form actually. Let's create a button here, button as a anchor, and define a class button primary button sm, and we will say reset password. Correct. So this is reset password. Okay, actually let's copy the same thing, just change the color, class text success. Correct. And let's say reset password. Correct. And when we click on this, we'll say here reset password. Let's create the URL. We'll say here reset password, and let's define the function reset password. Copy this, paste here name, and then we will create a function. Okay, we have already a function. So reset password, actually, yes. So reset password. Now let's create one more function, one more view here, and we'll say reset password dot html. Correct. And heading will be reset password. Correct. And then here, and only logged in user can do this, right? So we'll say here new password, remove this one, right? And here we will say if request dot user dot is authenticated, then it will say not. If not, then it should redirect to doctor login. Correct. If not authenticated, then it will redirect to doctor login. Okay, so here we have a new password. This is password. Okay, so now let's go to here, click here, reset password. So let's go to view. Okay, so this one. Okay, so new password. So when we hit the new password, it will go here. So let's copy this one, right? And then we have here, if post, then we have a password, right? And we have already a user. Correct. So what we will say, so we will say request dot user dot set password, and we will provide the password here. Correct. And then we'll say request dot user dot save. Correct. So it will save the user, and then we will redirect to, and here we will say user equal to, so if user provides something, then we will say we will redirect to the same one, but we will use the let's use print password changed. Correct. So this will be done. Okay, so now let's go to reset password here, and we add a new password, submit. Not now. Let's go. Nothing has been changed. So what is happening here? So post, and let's add the else, and let's say password not changed. Correct. So resend anonymous user. Hmm. So anonymous user. Okay. And if I go here, home page, all right. So login. Okay, I think password has been changed, but it should redirect to doctor login after that. So let's go to doctor login and let's see. So we will say I'm going to try the new password. Yeah, it's working. So it means password is changing, but we need to redirect to other page. So reset password, and after this we should show the message. So what we will do, we will use one of the thing messages framework. It will store the you can say for few seconds for the first request data. Messages framework, it will store the data text for the first request so we can show the messages, right? So we'll say messages dot success here. Correct. So we'll see here, go here, and this one we need to import this. So let's go to import this contrib. Correct. Let's go here, and then from here, so messages dot contrib. So we'll say password has been changed. Correct. And then on the login we can show the messages, message in messages. Correct. And then we will say and 4, and here we will say 4. Correct. And one more thing, we will show the message tags. So let's say div class alert, alert, and what is this, message tags here. Correct. So this one, and in this we will show message. All right, now let's test this. Where is this redirecting? Okay, so it should okay, it should return redirect, sorry. Okay, so if I go to now here, login, and then new password. So new password is working. Let's try to change one more time for the messages. Sorry. So submit. Still it is loading the page. If user is not authenticated, if user is post, then user set password and save. So after set password, it is going to actually after save password, it is log out the user. Correct. So what we will do here, we need to, so after this step the user is redirecting. All right. Okay, so what we need to do, we don't need to check the conditions. We need to apply this set password function, and then we can apply the success messages flash, right? And then redirect to doctor login. Okay, so if I go here, okay, and let's say doctor, and here, so reset password, and here we will go and change password. So password has been changed, we have applied the messages here, correct? And then if I log in with the new password, so it should work. Invalid, so let's go to new password. Okay, so this one is working, so we don't need to show the login, right, on the home, else in this will go in the else. So here, correct? So if I click here logout, then it will go to login here, correct? So when we click on the logout, it should go to logout, it should go to doctor login. Great. So if I go to logout, login. Okay, so with this we have implemented the doctor login and reset form, right? So this both things were done with the custom code, right? But Django comes with the user authentication, very powerful feature. So you must check out that, right? And they provide lot of things, permissions, groups, and lot of things in the user. But because we are doing this project as a beginner level, so I'm trying to do as much as we can do by our hand, and without depending on the other things, right? So we can understand the Django better, right? So we will use those things in our upcoming projects or upcoming videos, right? So in these features we have completed our 3 videos. Now in the fourth we will add the quick add patient form, right? And we will also try to improve a lot of things here, not in just 12 videos straight, but we will also improve all of the things, correct? So if you are new to this channel, then please subscribe the channel here and like the video, share the video, and post your comments. Okay, and thank you so much for watching, and please share, subscribe, and like this video. And if you need the source code of this project, then you can just go to github.com, and or you can just message me your email id, sorry, your git username, and I will provide you the access of this source code, correct? So here I have defined the steps. So this is just a $50 project, and I will update this uploaded video, and this total videos, this is maximum. Okay, so thank you so much, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you.